If you've ever looked out at your backyard feeder and thought, what bird is that? You're not alone. Today I'll walk you through the 10 most common backyard birds in the West, focusing on easy identification tips so you can recognize them in seconds. Stick around, and by the end you'll know who's who at your feeders. Let's get started.
Number 1. House sparrow. The house sparrow is one of the most common birds at backyard feeders. Males have a gray chest, a chestnut brown back, and a distinct black bib on their throat. The older the male, the larger and darker the bib. Females are plainer, with soft brown streaking and a lighter belly. House sparrows aren't picky at all. They'll eat sunflower seeds, millet, and cracked corn from hopper feeders, trays, and tube feeders. And did you know house sparrows are not native to North America? They were introduced from Europe in the 1800s and quickly spread across the continent. Number 2. House finch. House finches are small, social birds with thick, conical beaks. Males are easily identified by their red, orange, or yellow tinted heads and chests, while females are brown streaked all over. House finches love sunflower seeds, safflower, and Niger seed. They frequently visit tube feeders, platform feeders, and finch feeders. And did you know the red color of a male house finch comes from the pigments in the food they eat? A healthier diet means a brighter red bird. Number 3. Collared dove. Collared doves are larger than mourning doves, with a pale beige gray body and a black half ring or collar on the back of their neck, and a square-shaped tail. Their cooing call is deep and rhythmic, different from the softer call of a mourning dove. They prefer cracked corn, millet, and sunflower seeds, usually feeding from platform or ground feeders. And did you know collared doves only arrived in North America in the 1980s and have rapidly expanded their range? Number 4. Northern flicker. This large woodpecker is easy to recognize. It has a brown body with black spots, a black crescent-shaped bib on its chest, and bright orange flashes under its wings when it flies. Males in the West have a red mustache mark on their face. Unlike most woodpeckers, flickers often forage on the ground, looking for ants. At feeders, they love suet, mealworms, and shelled peanuts. A suet feeder or a platform feeder with nuts will attract them. And did you know flickers have a barbed tongue that can extend 2 inches beyond their beak? Perfect for catching ants and beetles. Number 5. Dark-eyed junco. Dark-eyed juncos are small, round birds with dark gray or brown upper bodies and white bellies. They flash white outer tail feathers when they fly. Juncos prefer to forage on the ground rather than on feeders. When they do eat from feeders, they eat millet, cracked corn, and sunflower chips, usually from ground feeders or low platform feeders. And did you know juncos are known as snowbirds because they migrate south in the winter and are often seen when snow starts to fall? Number 6. American goldfinch. In summer, male goldfinches are bright yellow with black wings and a black cap. Females and winter males are more muted olive yellow. Their bouncy flight pattern makes them easy to recognize. At feeders, goldfinches prefer Niger seed and sunflower chips in specialized finch feeders or tube feeders. And did you know, unlike most birds, goldfinches molt twice a year, once in late winter and again in late summer, giving them their striking summer plumage. Number 7. Black-capped chickadee. These tiny, energetic birds have a distinct black cap and bib, white cheeks, and a round, fluffy body. They move quickly, darting from branch to branch. At bird feeders, chickadees love sunflower seeds, peanuts, and suet. They visit tube feeders, peanut feeders, and suet cages. Did you know the more DDD notes in their call, the more alarmed they are? Extra Ds mean there's a bigger threat nearby. Number 8. European starling. Starlings are glossy black with a purplish green shine in the summer and white speckles in the winter. They have yellow beaks in the spring and dark beaks in the fall. These birds often travel in noisy flocks. At bird feeders, they love suet, mealworms, nuts, and other seeds. They're frequent visitors to suet feeders. And did you know starlings are excellent mimics? They can copy car alarms, other bird calls, and even mimic human speech. Number 9. Black-billed magpie. Magpies are large, flashy birds with long tails, black and white plumage, and striking blue-green iridescence on their wings. They have a slow, swooping flight and a loud yak, yak, yak call. At bird feeders, they love peanuts, suet, and all sorts of different seeds and scraps. They visit platform feeders and peanut feeders. And did you know magpies are one of the few animals that can recognize themselves in a mirror? That's a sign of high intelligence. Number 10, Steller's jay. These bold blue and black birds have tall crests and a loud, raspy call. They often dominate feeders and chase smaller birds away. At bird feeders, they love peanuts, sunflower seeds, and suet. Platform feeders or peanut feeders work the best. And did you know Steller's jays are expert mimics as well? They often intimidate hawk calls to scare other birds away from food. How smart.
And now that you know 10 of the most common backyard birds in the West, you're all set to identify them at your own feeders. If you want to attract more of these birds, stop by our store for the right feeders and seed blends to bring them to your yard. And if you have a mystery bird you just can't identify, drop a comment or bring a picture into our store. We'd love to help. And make sure to like and subscribe for more birding tips, and happy bird watching. Before we wrap up, let's talk about something every backyard birder eventually encounters: bird predators. Some of the most common hunters in our backyards are small raptors: the sharp-shinned hawk, Cooper's hawk, and merlin. These birds specialize in catching smaller birds, and if you've ever had your feeders go silent all of a sudden, one of these predators might be nearby. Here's how to tell them apart. 1. The sharp-shinned hawk. The smallest of the three, about the size of a jay, with long, skinny legs and a squared-off tail. Adults have blue-gray backs and orange-barred chests, while juveniles are brown with streaking. Their flight style is quick, with choppy wing beats, almost frantic, often seen darting through trees, ambushing birds near feeders. Number 2, the Cooper's hawk. Bigger than a sharp-shinned hawk, closer in size to a crow. Rounder head, thicker legs, and a long tail that's rounded at the tip. Adults have blue-gray backs, reddish-barred chests, and fiery orange eyes. Juveniles look like sharp-shinned hawks, but have thicker streaks on their chest and a more powerful build. Their flight style is steady wing beats with glides in between. And number 3, merlin. Stockier and more powerful than the other two, with a compact body, shorter tail, and strong wings. Darker, streakier plumage, often appearing more brownish-gray than blue-gray. Unlike sharp-shinned and Cooper's hawks, merlins don't rely on ambush. They chase birds down in fast, high-speed pursuits. Their flight style is strong, with rapid wing beats, and almost no gliding. More likely to be seen in open areas hunting small birds in midair rather than lurking near feeders.